Max, back on the waters of Cagliari after sailing in Barcelona, what kind of learnings are you bringing back after that sailing session?
Well, it was good. It was good to sail in Barcelona. It was the first time for us, let's say, as a team, as an AC team, and it was a good lesson, not just out in the water, but also on shore in terms of organization. We put together a team to be able to be independent from Cagliari and from the people out here in Cagliari. And so it was a good session overall. The guys, they did a pretty good, intense day in the water. And so it was a good exercise. And be back here in the water after a few weeks with a kind of new boat was a great shakedown today. We had a lot of new stuff on the yacht. Most of them are invisible, obviously. They are out of the water, and so it was good. It was good. It was good to be back, and to be honest, more fun to sail this boat than the AC40 is a little bit. Is more like our machine where we are doing all the development, and so we're looking forward for the next couple of days before the second session in Barcelona, beginning of August.
And yeah, besides some changes at the main system, some obvious changes, you guys seem to move back to the anhedral foil on port side. Any unfinished business or testing on that?
No, it was part of the plan, and we before committed to the next wing. We were supposed to do a few other checks on the anhedral before signing up for wing 4, and it's good to be back to an old style type of wing after get used to a conventional T-foil. So like that you're getting back the memory and the feeling of that type of wing. So it's good to be back, and it's an important session, this one, before again going back to Barcelona, because we had to make few final call for the September period, let's say.
Max, you had probably approximately an hour of foiling today, after which the sailing day seemed to be coming from a stop. Was it because the wind dropped, or because? A
little bit of both. Today wasn't supposed to be a long session. We had a little issue which we're gonna fix it to be back in the water tomorrow. So we could keep going sailing, but I mean, it was supposed to be a couple of hour session. It was more like a shakedown, system check and everything. Then we take the opportunity to do a few drills and few pre-start. We were expecting to have few more stops. In reality, everything went well, so we took the opportunity for the sail to have them a little bit of free sailing and be back in the water tomorrow.
So you probably just mentioned it. What's the plan for the upcoming weeks? Will you be sailing?
Well, the plan is to sail as much as possible,
of course.
Because obviously we have this schedule planned. Basically, we are doing the first 2 weeks of each month until the Villanova event in Barcelona, so we need to sail as much as possible, either here in Cagliari and in Barcelona when we move back in a couple of weeks there. So the next 10 days or 2 weeks until the end of July, they're going to be really important for us, for our development, and I think more or less everyone started the construction of the new boat, so now we need to really be focused on sales, wing, system and playbooks.
Max, un commento in italiano per i tifosi di Luna Rossa.
È bello ritornare in acqua qui a Cagliari. Abbiamo fatto una sessione di 2 settimane a Barcellona, è stato un periodo molto intenso a Barcellona con un gruppo molto ridotto, è stato anche un esercizio dal punto di vista logistico e di risorse umane. Siamo tornati oggi in acqua come da programma, le prossime 10 giorni, 2 settimane fino a fine di luglio navigheremo qua con il nostro prototipo, dove continuiamo il nostro sviluppo, per poi tornare per 2 settimane, le prime 2 settimane di agosto a Barcellona, per continuare la preparazione in avvicinamento alla regata di Villanova a metà settembre.
We are here with Yacht Junior, Finn World Champion, heading into the third America's Cup. Last time you were on the power team, this time on the sailing team. Can you tell us how it feels to move from the power team into the sailing team?
Yeah, I guess when I started in the America's Cup, I was a cyclor for Team New Zealand, so my majority of my role was definitely to provide the power. Yeah, in the last Cup I was a grinder, but also helped with a bit of trimming and flying and tactics, and now I'm sort of the spare sailor for Team New Zealand. So yeah, it's been a good transition, and I like all the roles really.
Going into today, a training day of maneuvers, lots of tucks, lots of jibes. I don't know how many, I lost the counting, but I think it was around 60 to 70 tucks and jibes. 95% to 100 standing on the foils. Can you give us some insights about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was just beautiful conditions here in Barcelona. It was sort of 12 knots. It was actually pretty flat sea state, and we were just having a good time ripping around sort of the beach off Barcelona here. So for us it was great. We got a lot of manoeuvres in, as you said, and we've just really enjoyed sailing out there on the water. It's just glamour conditions.
When talking about the jibes specifically, I noticed today that you were playing a little bit with the speed of the bears away and heads up, yeah, and also the sail streaming looks really, really good. Holding the traveler to windward immediately after the jibe and then releasing it pretty fast after the boat gets powered and a slight heel to leeward.
Yeah.
How is that going on the boat?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to improve our manoeuvres, and there's a lot of people on the boat that need to coordinate to get a good manoeuvre, but yeah, we keep trying to push ourselves and keep trying to do things better, but nothing much has really changed.
And is the next step to start to train using marks?
Yeah, although the water's really deep, so I don't think anyone's keen to put down marks because you got to pull them up again. So marks would be good, but it's pretty deep out there.
Okay, and the last one, we noticed today that on the chase boat they had to fix something on the roof. It looked like they had an issue with the antenna. Do you know if they lost communications with the boat at some point, or what was going on there?
No, I don't know. I don't think it was that major. I thought he was up there fixing the flag, but maybe it was just something loose. I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here with Gauthier Sargent, aero lead at Alinghi Red Bull Racing. So 6 hours on the water today, lots going on, control systems, lots of wind. But firstly, just a quick observation we made. There's a new fairing on the deck. Looks like it's covering a heat exchanger. Are the systems below deck struggling in the heat?
Hi, yeah, long day today. Well, definitely a hot day as well. So no, we're just making sure that all the systems are sensitive to the heat, and it's just one way to improve it. It's super hot at the moment here in Barcelona, so different from Auckland. The boat was designed for Auckland, and we have different conditions.
So it looks like you've got a new traveller system. How have you integrated the movement on the traveller with the top of the mainsail, and how is this expected to contribute to the overall efficiency of the boat?
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret that the traveller is kind of the primary control for the stability of the boat. So we try to eke out any sort of savings we can out of that. So I think nothing super special, just trying to get the few more percentage.
So we've heard of some of the teams integrating mainsail trim with mast rotation and jib movements. Is this something you're looking into or experimenting with?
Yeah, we experiment, on everything. I mean, the guys would have a way of trimming, and then we try new ways and to be a bit more synchronized, or we're just exploring. In those boats are super sensitive to fine tuning, fine balance. So we're looking at every ways to improve that.
And how are you finding the results so far?
Still early, and what we're doing as well is, this boat is not in AC37 configurations, an older boat. So what we're doing is a lot to validate the model. Sometimes it's hard to measure the actual differences on the water, but if we can validate the trend that we see in the models, then it gives you a good foundation for developing your trims and everything.
So, talking on that, can you elaborate on technical advancements you've made with end plating effect and how you expect to change these changes influence the performance upwind?
Well, end plating, we haven't done much. On this boat, it's so different from, even if you look at the second boat from the Kiwis. So we don't want to spend too much energy on that on this boat. That's something we can really do well with the tools. So we don't need to experiment too much. And the whole geometry is so different as well.
And Arnaud was keeping the head of the mainsail skins close together as you were docking out. What sort of control systems are you experimenting with up at the top? What are you trying to achieve?
It's just normal practice, just to keep the skins together so they don't blow apart. And I think it's just a habit. There's nothing super secret there. It's just normal practice.
Yeah, I'm the head coach of the sailing team here at American Magic, and just enjoying our time here in Barcelona. I've had a really nice day on the water today. It was awesome.
It was. Is this your first campaign with American Magic?
This is my first campaign with American Magic, correct? Yeah, I've done a few other cups before, but this is the first time with American Magic. So.
And how does the program compare to the previous campaigns you've done, considering that these are foiling boats?
Well, I was involved in the 2017 Cup in Bermuda as the coach of the Artemis team, so involved in foiling boats there. So it's a little different, but also a lot of similarities too. So it's fun getting involved in these high-tech boats and learning new things.
And is there a kind of a rivalry within the crew, like, or everyone's got its role very established and that's it? Or how can you play? How do you keep them motivated?
There's plenty of motivation. We've got a whole bunch of really highly talented and very accomplished sailors and athletes that are competitive without me having to ask them to be competitive, that's for sure. So yes, there's always competition within the team, but there's competition just to get to lunch quicker and to get to the base faster, and everything's a race with this group. That's how it works in the sport of sailing and at the high levels like this. I'm pretty sure that we compete on just about everything.
Right. And so can you give us a roundup of the day today, please?
Yeah, we had a great day today. It was beautiful. It's funny because it was only a couple of days ago that the forecast didn't look very good for today. But holy cow, Barcelona really delivered today. We went out expecting like an 8 to 12 knot sea breeze. We knew there was always a chance that the sea breeze would reinforce and get a little stronger, but we had a fantastic day of like 14 to 17 knots of wind, pretty flat water, and gorgeous sunshine. It was just spectacular. Really, really great day of sailing today. A lot of fun.
And 2 boats on the water, and finally some laps around the marks close together.
Yeah, it was really nice to get the race course set and get the 2 boats going around race laps. And you know, it wasn't typical sort of match racing race laps today, but that wasn't what the goal of the day today. The day was to get the boats going around the racetrack and see how we go against each other and different foils and different setups, and it was a really good day today.
And it seems like every once in a while, like you get most of the maneuvers pretty much right, perfect, I would say, and then every once in a while there's one big touchdown. Like
yeah, it's for sure it happens. I mean, these boats are tricky, and part of the thing is that, you know, it's one of the things that's a little bit of a shame about the America's Cup. But I mean, it's not a shame on our end because we're striving for perfection, of course. So we're always wanting to be perfect. And when everybody does their jobs well, it really looks easy. But I can assure you it's not easy. So any small little mistake, a small miscommunication, and you can have an error in a maneuver. So it's not anywhere near as easy as it looks, that's for sure.